So today, welcome everyone to Tanya Does Hairs live MYWater experience on Miss Jada, fresh visiting from Georgia, the state of the crazy heavy humidity. You can let it go now. So at any rate, I just want to exemplify, and we're going to chop it up live, how easy and how helpful MYWater is. Also, the purpose of these videos are to allow others to ask questions and to just see for yourself what this water is doing for this type of hair. So in the chair today, we have what's categorized as 4C hair.
Don't know what that is.
I don't know what that means.
I have textured hair.
4C, yeah, it's textured. And she has high density, means she's got a whole bunch of them in all square inches. And what I now can identify is she has a lot of product built up on her hair, which is what is causing all of the lack of manageability with our hair. So we're going to get started. We're just going to talk like I talk. I just want everyone to be able to see. I know it's bright, so shut your eyes so my big old bomb social light don't disturb your eyes. Okay, isn't it?
Oh, brows. I did them.
Oh, so mine are about to look like that.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me film.
Yeah.
Yes,
I need to clean them up.
So Jada does brows, y'all. Come on back. Jada does brows. So I'm going to talk to Jada as I talk to everybody that comes out for the holistic experience in this holistic salon. You know, because it's important that we understand the results of the choices that we are making with our hair. And just want everyone to understand that we have choices. Nothing is like we have to do. We don't have to do anything. And so I just feel that there's a lot of us that do things and use things and we just don't really know the result of that. My hair is growing. I had to cut it off because I thought I was the exception to trims. And I stopped trimming my ends. And I lost all my length. My hairs got extremely uneven. And they started getting shorter. So here we go. So is that water okay?
Yeah.
So we're starting with the highly infused, chemically infused tap water to do our wetting and our rinsing. MYWater is effective enough to do what's called a cold rinse. But through my research and studies, found that we use about 6 gallons of water in each shampoo. Like right now, we're probably coming up on a gallon already. So I found that I was going to really kill myself having to heavily produce my water to eliminate shampoo. You know what I mean? So what I also found is that MYWater does not strip our oils. So you come out still soft, but you're super heavy. And we didn't like that at that. I'm just wetting the hair down. And then we're going to start with the shampoo.
Were you going to scratch it like you used to?
Yeah, that's the second shampoo.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go over that. So when I do the MYWater experience, I use the volume clarifying shampoo by Lucens. You might want to say, well, Miss Tanya, how come you don't use the Moisture Benefits shampoo?
That's what I use at home.
Well, that's good because when you're at home, you're in humidity.
Yeah.
So I tell ladies all the time, the whole regimen changes when you live in humidity versus living here in Colorado where we have little to no humidity. So I always tell everyone that's fine in Georgia because you need your oils in Georgia, you need your conditioner in Georgia because we're fighting a natural element that we don't have here. So women are making choices that are what I call just backwards practice for the environment that we reside in. So for this first shampoo, I do use my fingers to just finger nubs, not fingernails, to just try to begin the breaking up process of the sweat on the scalp and any dust and dander that have settled onto the hairs. But I had to notice and discover the fact that all the years that I was using my hands to shampoo with. You need to grab it?
Huh?
You need to grab your phone?
No.
You sure? If you can.
It's right there. See it?
Tell them, say we're live at 5. Water okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just used a highly chemically infused shampoo to do the stripping of the oil out of her hair. That's all shampoos do, unfortunately. They do not clean hair, they just strip the oil off the hair. However, this is why I use it, and I had to understand the fact that as long as the shampoo bubbles, it's not natural. There is a chemical in it. But, second shampoo. I now open up the middle of the head because I pretty much got the outside pretty well, but I didn't really get the center of the head, which is where the majority of the sweat gets trapped on the hair. And those that come know my famous exclusive step to shampooing, which is my Tangle Tamer. It's called that for a reason, but more so, I'm able.
I needed that in my life right now.
It feels amazing to the client, and more importantly, I'm exfoliating the whole scalp. When we use our fingers and our fingernails, see the spaces in between my fingers? That's a lot of space and area that's being missed. So when you have this many bristles, I guess you can call them bristles, you're going to do just a better job. That's all. That's what holistic hair care is all about. Doing everything just in a better way, a safer way, and a milder way. So by using this brush, I'm not causing any sores in her head like I was doing with my fingernails. I'm also able to comb through her textured hair that you can't do with your fingers. So the washing of the hands with our fingers is a straight hair process. It's not the best process to utilize for textured hair because gravity takes effect and everything lies or falls into our ends. Come on back. And because of our texture, the remnants, the unforeseen contaminants that are still on the hair, they get trapped in the ends of the hair. So right now, you guys can't see it, but I'm brushing through her texture, square inch by square inch, all the way to her ends. And it just gives a much cleaner head of hair versus using your fingers. That's a fact. Whether you like me or not, you can't effectively cleanse textured hair with your fingers and your fingernails. You got to get a brush. Or the result of that choice is that you could be creating sores in your client's scalp. And you can't see it right away because we all know that if the skin is damp, you can't see a sore. So you don't know until days later when it creates a scab. And then you realize, uh-oh, where did that come from? When in reality, it may have come from the scratching of your scalp with fingernails. Okay. So I have completed second shampoo with the highly chemically infused shampoo called Elucens. And they call it a beauty and wellness product. But yet they have over 17 chemicals in the bottle. How is that wellness? You got 17 chemicals. I guess because they thought they added some peach extract into it, that automatically made it natural or wellness. Not with all them chemicals in it, did it? Okay, so anyway, I'm rambling. Water okay? Mm-hmm. Complete this second rinse. Get the majority of the shampoo out. So at this point, this is where my traditional service stops. And that's what you guys have been getting for years. It's always say, me not conditioning, there's nothing new for this. Ooh, okay, here comes the pump part. Here comes the pump part. I'm about to baptize your hair.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
I was
let's.
falling asleep for a second.
Okay, don't be falling asleep. You gotta listen.
I'm listening, but
Okay,
you can't be just washing my hair the way you do because I just want to go to sleep then.
Thank you. I have my elder ladies. They say the only reason why I drive all the way out there to see Miss Tanya is because she sure know how to shampoo her head. It's like, well, thank you. Okay, here we go. So I have just removed as much surface tap water as possible. So what you guys are seeing me do, I took the sprayer off, which is what everybody gets in their order. And I'm just transferring a bottle, which I'm going to dump that out, onto a fresh bottle of MYWater leave-in hair solution. But everyone gets a spout with their order now, and it's just a much more effective way to distribute the MYWater, and it's going to save your MYWater, so you're not flying through this water, because it does cost $2.50 an ounce. So a 4-ounce bottle is $12. But again, I'm now allowing 4 applications in a 4-ounce bottle because that's all it's going to take. So I want to show that, I don't know if you can tell, see that it's full? Okay. So here we go. So this is cool. And I'm starting at the front of your hairline to ensure that I'm getting all your hairs, not just some. You can feel the MYWater kind of like just running along your scalp. Mm-hmm. And I'm using my hand. My hand is actually the cleansing. It's really all our hairs need at this point while they're wet with MYWater. And I'm rubbing it into your ends. And I'm kind of, you can feel what I'm doing, just distributing it and then rubbing it over all your ends, which is usually where most of the dead ends are. Now I'm coming to the front. And you feel how I'm holding your hairs down? Mm-hmm. That's crucial in order to ensure that you're getting all these hairs in each subsection. One of the biggest challenges with textured hair is fully saturating the head with whatever you're using. Most women do not fully saturate. So you missed a whole bunch of hairs, and sometimes that's the reason your product didn't work, is because you just didn't get it on all the hairs. You only got it on some. So, getting the last part of your hair, letting it run to the ends. And rubbing it in. Miss Jada, you've just been baptized by Miss Tanya.
Oh.
So, we are done in the sink here. In the traditional salon, conditioner is added at this point, and then heat is applied behind via a blow dryer and pressed tools, aka flat irons. That is a chemistry disaster because propylene glycol resides in every bottle of conditioner. Propylene glycol is the ingredient that they use to make jet fuel. Come on in. It's also it's also a ingredient in our antifreeze for our vehicles.
So you can pull that back?
Yes, ma'am, because you've been baptized. Understand what just happened.
Oh, wow.
Everything that you were going through before,
You have to be able to pull my hair back.
That's gone. So everybody like accuses MYWater of making their hair grow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie. Now I don't tell no lies in here because integrity is first. Your hair grows anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But you're clean now. So see, when stuff gets on our hairs, they tend to draw tighter.
Mm-hmm.
When they're clean, they flow. They're free when they're much cleaner. So they're going to stretch a lot easier, if that makes sense. So I tell everyone, feel your hair, because this is how your hair should look and feel when we get done conditioning. Feel it. But this is not the case. We don't feel like this after we condition. No, because the tap water doesn't get it all out. So there's also, in addition to propylene glycol, there's glycerin in the, there's glycerin. Okay, so you know how many tangles, right, you had in your hair? And you feel how easy this comb is gliding through them. Now, I would have never been able to just freely comb you out like this. You remember how I used to have to section?
Yeah, you
and
used
clip.
to have to take sections.
I used to have to start from the front, and then I chop through your hair, and then I used to hold the ends, and I used to rake and fight and yank. And then I would take all this hair out the comb. And remember, I used to do that ball and be like, that's good.
When I first started off. And then
So let's recap. I haven't added anything to your hair except shampoo and MYWater. Normally, conditioner would already be on your hair. That's one layer of coverage. And then I've watched like detanglers added, whatever that is in the bottle. That's another layer of coverage on your hair. And then I've also noticed that they then add heat protectants to the hair. I now realize you probably need all of that stuff if you allow the tap water to dry into your hair, into your cortex, which is the inner layer of your hair shaft. MYWater is a soft water, therefore it's going to soften you. Tap water is a hard water, so it's going to harden you. Oh, there's no hairs on your towel, but there's hardly any shedding now. Now, had you conditioned your hair, you would have had so many hairs.
Yeah, I have a lot.
Yes, and this is huge. So MYWater is going to help you retain. It's not that it makes it grow. It's just going to help you retain more of it because we're not yanking and pulling it all out during our shampoo. Now, watch the time. We're about to blow you in 10 minutes away. Just like the comb, the combs are the attachment to the blow dryer. That's very easily too. Now this is the hardest part of the hair. And you feel how we are getting caught? Okay, so watch this. What you have to do, because you have high density, so you have ordained hairs at the scalp. So I noticed that there's a chance I didn't get every single strand. So you felt how it was getting tough to get through there, right?
Yeah.
All I do is spray more of my water on, and it just automatically softens. You feel that?
So that's what you can do today.
Huh? I don't like to use the word conditioner because conditioner means a highly formulated coating for the hair. MYWater does not coat. It dissolves. It's a different action in a chemistry lab. So it's way bougier than conditioner because you see, conditioners are going to make you dull. They're going to make it creates shedding. Your comb out is harder. Your blow dry takes forever. You notice you don't have no smoke in your blowout?
Yeah.
That's because we did not use the conditioner that has the glycerin in it and the propylene glycol.
So usually we be smoking.
Right, my door's shut. We have on no fan, and you have no smoke coming from your hair.
And usually we be smoking it out.
Because your hairs are clean. So when you see smoke, that's a sign that your hair, something's on your hair. I won't say they're not clean, because normally we just shampooed it twice, but there's something still there. And that's what I believe the tap water is doing to us. It's not getting everything off of us. So we're creating these layers of coverage. I don't care what climate you live in. That's not helping. Practice. That's why we don't use that word in here. We don't use the word our hair is healthy. No, it's just better. It's softer. It's more manageable, you know?
Feels good, doesn't it?
I told you. So it's only been 5 minutes and I'm almost done with your whole hair. So, because I care so much about my clients in here, I don't want no one uncomfortable, so I can feel the tightness happening again. So with just a little spray of the MYWater and rub it in, it's going to re-soften our hairs. I believe that the dust has begun to settle and harden onto your hairs.
That's so good. That's so good.
How much do we have? Sometimes it's just nice to not have any tangles in your hair for once, you know? I have some women that come that have not combed through their hair in months because of what the tap water's doing. That's what I was saying. Women aren't going to just keep doing something that makes us not feel good.
Right.
It's that who's looking on.
I told you, good now.
Look down for me.
You just gotta be me again.
So, 11 minutes flat. Can't nobody blow dry faster than me. I'm ready for that fast.
How you do it that fast? How you do it that fast?
Just years of practice. You've done it all time. Okay. Is that air warm or cool back there?
Cool and warm.
Okay, let me know when it warms up. Because cool means that you're still damp. Warm means that you're dry. When people use a brush to blow dry with, they're not getting the scalp dry. And if you go to flat iron and you got a damp scalp, that automatically equals a poofy flat iron.
Yeah.
So I had to learn years ago, you got to dry the scalp too, in addition to the
They
hairs.
don't teach you that?
No. All they teach you to do is the round blow dry.
They tell us the round brush, but they said to get the scalp first. Always get the scalp.
Yeah, but do you see anyone really following that practice?
I do.
Huh?
I like that because I notice if
This
I
is the
don't,
round brush. So they teach us to grab onto wet hair and follow up.
No,
Our hairs, the elasticity increases.
The
when our
lady,
hair is wet.
my instructor, she's the, I know she's Puerto Rican. She said, make sure you get this. She'll go over that several times. She's supposed to be going with that blow dry. She's like, don't go no further than that. I'm like, hey.
What about in there? Is it
Warm.
Warm? No cool stuff?
No cool stuff.
What about the top?
Warm.
Warm. And no cool spots in there. Excited.
Good.
Okay, just see your nail.
Okay. Good. Ooh, my hair.
How does it feel?
I can't wait to the finished product.
Yeah, so some girls, this is where MYWater really, the flat ironing comes into play. Because right now, even though your hairs are what I call cleaner, the cuticle, we've disrupted the cuticle. So that's why it looks kind of frizzy. But your hair is free of tangles, no tangles, even in the back. So this is like we're bringing the Sister Sledge back. So this is actually my traditional blowout service, or the MYWater tradition, or the MYWater blowout service. They leave me like this.
You don't round brush it out?
You
don't round brush it out?
No, that's a waste of time. I don't need to do all that. No, all I need to do is just go straight into flat
So
ironing.
this style that I have in my hair goes like this.
I got you. I'm going to flat iron you first because then I need to conduct the trim. And then I go back in with my plug-up non-professional tools. And then I will start. They are. So I tell people all the time, when I first started doing hair, it was back in the 80s. That was a long time ago. And things were just totally different back then. You know what I'm saying? Here's what I do. This is crucial. I want everybody to watch how I handle edge controlling in here. I do not like to add the highly chemically infused edge control options that are in the hockey pucks because those all have alcohol in them. Alcohol is a hardener. I don't care what climate you live in, it's going to harden your hairs. Our front hairs are called baby hairs for a reason.
They say babies.
They're actually called vellus hairs. They do not get as long as the hairs in the middle of the head. It's a different anatomy. But I teach everyone, if you just take your time and slow down and flat iron your edges, you don't have to use edge control. Because watch how they're going to lay down. They're going to be just as straight and bougie without adding.
She said and bougie.
It's for real, for real. Without adding all that alcohol. I'm not touching you.
I don't know, but it makes me nervous.
I know it does, because you've been traumatized and abused with heat.
So I get so nervous no matter what.
I got you, I got you, I got you. Okay. Now, moving on to the flat iron. And it's getting hot. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me.
You be getting people in and out.
I do. So, usually a brand new MYWater client takes me about an hour and a half because sometimes the blowout is a little longer because of the lack of maintenance that most women have had when they first come to me. But once you start coming and once I dissolve you, I get you done in less than an hour. It takes me 50 minutes. I've even done it in 35 and 40 on certain clients.
Oh, you be checking it, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So what I decided to do years ago, it was like I started realizing that hair money by itself wasn't cutting it. It was acting just like a job. It had me struggling. It was not paying all my bills every single month. So my whole purpose is to never work another job ever again in my life. So it was like, I got to figure out how to get better. You know what I mean? No, I need you to look up for me. There you go. I needed to figure out, how do I get better? And better was, to me, even now, that means faster. You know what I mean? So this is what the Marcel is good for, is getting these ends. If I was to use the non-professional tools, your ends would be so poofy.
And we don't like that.
Nobody likes poofy flat irons. We just kind of accept it because that's what we get in the chair. But that's not cool. And then women that do use a Marcel, I notice and I watch, they're a little afraid of the roots. Everyone's getting the mid shaft and the ends.
Because they're scared of burning it.
Okay, but again, I tell everybody it takes practice, just like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Using a Marcel is the
But
same.
you know, back in school, they don't teach you how to be using Marcels now.
You're right. The Marcel in a beauty school, that is what they call.
Obsolete. Yeah.
They call it an advanced tool. And they really don't like. They make you check it out. You almost got to sign your life away.
You gotta check it out.
Yeah, because for one, it's an expensive tool. It's not cheap, like the plug-ups and stuff. You know, you're not signing anything out. But what I love about the MYWater is that my comparison is to a relaxer. That's how our hairs are looking and acting. But it just tickles me that I'm doing this with just water. I don't care if it was seawater, sewage water. I wouldn't care what type of water it is. It is softening our hair something crazy, like nobody's business. It's just hard to swallow because we're so used to adding so much to our hair that I too was like, nah. Don't flinch. I have to get super close in order to.
I know you be having me move my head, straighten it.
Yeah, it's necessary sometimes, you know. I know clients like to sit the way they want to sit, but not in my chair. I turn my chair with my leg, so you never know when it's coming. Because angles are everything with flat ironing. I've watched so many girls try to flat iron like this with the client's head straight up.
You can't.
No, it makes it look brunish, kind of. That bone straight look. No, over to the right. There you go.
I forgot how to do this.
It's just like riding a bike. You never
We
really
ain't done this
forget.
in months.
And then see, this is the downfall to going to Georgia. I think I'm gonna start packing my my Marcel and taking it with me because I hate straightening, doing my straightening. Difficult. Plug ups make your life harder if that's the only tool you're gonna use. This is why everyone prefers my flat or prefers, you know, to get flat iron because it is so bone straight without a relaxer. What? Over to the right.
Turned up and down.
Mm-hmm. But good eye. Look down. Fun. No, to the right.
You scared the heck out of me. You did that one.
This is okay. Over to the right. There you go. You should see how the kids are. They really fight it. They be like, oh, Miss Tanya. I'll be like, it's okay. I'm not going to burn you. I'm not going to burn you. But I get every single hair on the head.
Here, teach me how to use it myself.
I can do so. I got some for you right here. You want these? These are different though. These are trickery.
Oh, I don't want no trickery.
Okay. That's why I'm getting rid of them because it's a little trickery to it.
You don't like those ones?
Nope, because it's really for creating volume. You see how it's shaped like a moon? So you got to intentionally come up. Nope, there you go. You got to intentionally come up off the scalp.
Mm-hmm.
You have to intentionally come up off the scalp. I don't like making volume at the scalp. I like for us to be as straight as possible. So I gave it up years ago. I bought them because, you know, sometimes we'll see something like, ooh, but then I got it home and started trying to use it. It was all different. It didn't come out looking the same as the other flat iron, like the one I'm using now. So I'm going through this cleaning out and getting rid of stuff that I know I'm not going to use. So yes, you have what is called. So to give you your hair analysis, you have textured hair because you either have straight or textured. And you have texture. Then from there, I believe that you then determine, look down, You then determine your length, and you either have short, and anything above the neckline to me is short. Anything at the shoulder, like where yours is called, like yours and mine, is medium length. And then anything past the shoulders is considered long.
Must be shorter than that. So I think I'm about to cut it again.
I remember the time
I chopped it off and
showed
then
us.
I went. I'm not cutting it
Okay.
again.
So here's the deal with all that chopping and cutting that you keep doing.
I like it like that. I like it.
You don't
Like
like
the
long hair?
I like long hair, but ever since I moved to Georgia, it just has not been the same.
Because why?
And we used to color my hair. Can't even do that.
You said what?
Remember I used to wear that color?
Yeah, why can't you color it anymore?
I can, but I don't know. They just be breaking off out there.
So it's the tap water that's not getting all that color off. I always tell clients, the more you tilt your head away from me, the less you'll feel the heat.
Okay. Which
I
way you
know
want me to go now?
Look, you're fine just the way you are. Just the way you are. Yes, I'm too. I got super big. I'm sorry. No, it's a great thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Ain't nothing wrong with a big booty.
Yours did too.
I be working on mine. I
You
don't
still
know
been
about
working on yours?
Heck yeah, every day. I gotta try to do something. This morning I had to go get water and drinking water, and so I was carrying 2 jugs at a time and was doing squats with them. So leaving me today, you just got to keep your hair wrapped up as much as possible. I tell my clients, we do the most damage to our hair in terms of frizzing it up at home.
That's me.
Because
I'm going out tonight.
Where are y'all going?
To the concert.
Whose concert?
B2K.
B2K? Okay. I got issues. I can't be around that many people. Ooh, no. I realize now even clubs irk me. That's too many people.
What? You don't know?
I don't drink anymore, so
Just went bad and good now.
I get sleepy. I can't sit still. If I'm not drinking, it's like I feel like I get sleepy, and I'll start to get, disconnected. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. Whereas before, when you're drinking, then you get through the night on no problem. But now,
I don't know what I do there. I'll be right.
So are we doing my brows in Georgia?
Yeah, because you don't have time today and you don't have time tomorrow. So what is it? Saturday or Sunday or Monday? We'll figure that out.
Either or. We're fishing all day Tuesday.
Tuesday fishing. You and what's her name? Shauna.
That's my Shaunawana. You Jada Raider.
Y'all always. Oh, how did you like that juicy crab now?
Oh, that's my spot. They know me.
That's my spot.
They know me in there.
That's my spot.
Oh,
Juicy crab now.
Man, I love
Y'all don't go nowhere else, but y'all gotta go to Juicy Crab in Georgia. No matter what location, just go.
Man, hands down.
Get
They
you
got
some food.
everything.
Everything.
You can get your crab legs, king crab legs. Ooh, I can't believe I said that. And the shrimp, they have clams. Ugh.
And then you can get your that juicy crab special sauce. Ooh.
Now, I wasn't jiving with the sauce, but
You didn't like that sauce?
nah. I don't like nothing hot. My taste buds are really
It wasn't
bougie.
hot.
Yes, it is.
That's because you got the hot one.
No, I didn't. I got
Mild.
garlic. Something, it wasn't hot. Hot wasn't associated with it, but it came hot. No, it's hot. Poor baby. Somebody done just traumatized you with the heat, huh?
I'd be nervous.
Look at that shine, though. With no oil, though. Though. I mean, you know, some people, some women, they may like their hair hard from the gels and the alcohols. And I don't either, you know.
If this works, I know it will. You need to find somebody out there that does this.
Here's the thing.
You need to do more classes in Georgia.
I'm just going to start doing what I'm doing today.
Okay. More?
Yep, more live
Social
demonstrations. Yep, for exposure. And that this way.
My hair has not been like this in a while.
What happened?
My hair hasn't been like this in a while.
How other people be doing their videos. We got the light all in there. Doing their videos. I be losing angles. You know what I mean? Like when I turn you guys a certain way, it changes the position of your heads in the middle of my screen.
Push it back.
Oh, too close. That makes sense.
Yeah, push it back up.
Oh, I be thinking everybody's blind. But then they can't really see.
They can see. But don't you have like a Zoom?
I do. But I thought I'd do that like once I edit the video.
You know, the young bucks be helping me out with my videos. I don't even do them. So. Yeah, I'm Jada.
That's what happens when you get over 40.
She said you gotta go get Jada 3:30. I am Jada.
I don't know what that is, but when you get over 40, names, you know, it becomes such a challenge.
Oh, Lord.
Such a challenge.
We ain't got to curl it or nothing.
Huh?
So we don't have to curl it or nothing.
You don't want me to curl? You just want me bone straight?
No, I like it with the little bump, you know.
Okay, I got you. Yes. But you gotta leave it 3, right?
Yeah.
To keep Anne from leaving, you have to come back. Because if I style you, it's going to, you're going to be looking.
Oh, no. 10 minutes away, about. Bone straight is fine. Somebody's not going to be like, hey. Oh, that's cute. I like it.
But I really need to come back so that I can or call Aaron and ask her if she can hold up and
Hold up and wait a minute.
just a minute. Just a minute.
Okay. I could take it.
una momentajita.
Don't you have a claim for 3?
She probably gonna be out. Una momentajita. So women such as yourself that have high density, you really gotta stay on track. You have to think of it as you have way more kids than any other mother does. That's what high density means.
I only got one.
So I tell you ladies that have this much hair,
I don't have a lot of hair.
yes you do. You got probably 3 times as much as I do.
Really?
Man. This is why you would be, that's why people have said things like, to you Jada, like you got thick hair. And to me they always say you got good hair. Well, our hair is the same actually. The only difference is I don't have a whole bunch of them on my head like you do. The diameter of our hairs are exactly the same as white people, black people, Polynesians. It doesn't matter the ethnicity. The organ is the same on every human. What differentiates us, that's why I don't like that legend, because it's just a matter of your texture first, and that's determined when it's wet, because sometimes, like we're doing, you have to,
What's that?
so this is Icy Hair Polish Mist. We do need coverage and control, but I have found what I call is the mildest option for us that has no oil in it. So I don't like oils because all oils are simply petroleum, and petroleum is a vicious lubricant that was never designed for our hair. Now I'm not saying you can't add it, I'm just specifically saying it was not designed for hair. It was designed for metals and, vinyl, stuff like that. Somebody back in the day started smearing it onto our skin and our hair. And somebody saw that it was good and they started copying it and doing it too. But oil clogs our pores, it clogs the cuticle, it weighs you down. I tell a lot of women in the beauty industry, shiny skin, unless it came from moisture, that's not healthy. So because I'm probably going to be in Georgia a lot in the upcoming years, I think I'll be able to maintain your trims. I'm going to need, I don't even know how to begin to establish myself up there. I'm kind of scared. Shauna didn't want me to do it for free. It's just uncomfortable. Okay, so you said you were heartburn.
Yeah. That's like really. I don't think that's exactly what she did, but that's not what I did. Oh, you can see it. You look like you got it.
Yeah, and I'm taking off majority of the days so that you don't have any havoc with the area. am, but it's these back hairs. They're called the top hairs. I am taking all those off, but as you notice, you're still long.
Yeah, and I got a lot of fullness.
Oh,
I said it's full when you do that. So, wish I'd rather be full than not be full.
I do what's called precision trimming in here because no beauty school taught me how to do this. Nobody's class, no educator taught me how to do this. A Hispanic woman named Abigail that I went to school with taught me how to trim. I ain't been racist. This is the only, what do they call it, solution that helps our hairs grow. Look down. And you know what else I noticed? So many girls, they take huge sections and then they're over directing and grabbing a section that big and then pivot cutting. That makes choppiness. You know what I mean? It makes your hairs fall out of place. And I always say, most cuts that I watch are jacked up. They are extremely disconnected, super choppy, and then curling the hair. Oops, y'all can't see.
What kind of shears are those?
These are some cheap shears from Sally's, $19.99. The industry will make people think that you got to spend a whole bunch of money in order to have what's called quality tools, and that's not true. As long as you kind of like know the specifications of stuff, you can go cheap. Spending a bunch of money is a choice. And usually those that don't have any knowledge are the ones that spend a whole bunch of money on stuff.
That's some good shears. But they were expensive, like you said.
What makes them good is how sharp they are.
And they were extremely sharp.
You gotta do the cutting in here.
Be sharp ones, so. It's called Hanzo. I might do it for, you can do like this program, it's like $12 or something. 13, and then sharpen the shears and come to you.
That's how the dude is. Yeah. one lady to come. She goes, Miss Tanya, you know what's weird? I was like, what? She was like, I watch you cut off so much hair every time. She goes, but I never get any shorter. I told her, good eye breath. Good eye.
Took it in so far, kill me.
Are you growing your A-line, your bob out? Because you're losing your A back here. Like me, I've lost my A because this shorter length, it was coming up this way. But once we start growing out, instead of an A slant, we now need to drop the back and start doing a U slant.
I don't like the U cut. I like it like that blunt cut.
And chin to your chest.
There's a chin in your cut.
I was just going to say that thing.
You know, I'm doing my hair now, so. want my hair to be even. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Remember how my hair used to be long? I want to grow it out, but I want it to be like even as much as possible.
I say keep doing what you're doing. But just trim consistently. That's all you have to do. Each time you trim, you're only getting certain strands. That's what you gotta remember. It was not every strand. So it's like you didn't get them all. So you have to do it, consistently in order to get all the hairs. Because none of them are technically the same.
Right. Oh, Gigi said she makes my hair gorgeous.
Gigi is one of my biggest supporters. She is a true ambassador. Tony's hair. She loves her hair.
You're the only person that's been able to grow my hair out.
We think we know what's best, you understand? And sometimes until things we struggle. It's the only point in time. I'm like, man, that's good.
Can't wait to see this kind of results. Oh. You've seen it before, Gigi. It was a mess.
She can see.
Beginning with those. Ooh.
I just did you like them girls. Some of these cuts with them, my clients.
Oh.
Anyway, baby.
Move your head, bobbing and weaving.
Yes. And I am styling you quickly because you're in a hurry to leave, yes. But I didn't want you walking out like super.
You do that feather pretty good. You always do that feather. I like that feather. That's my favorite part of the feather.
So of course, I'm purposely prepping you for humidity when you get ready to go home. We definitely have to cover when we know we're going to be in the element.
Yes. Yes. That grown woman. That grown woman. Woo! Nobody know about that grown woman. I'm tired of looking like a little girl. Yes, that grown woman hairstyle. Like, yes, I'm here to do business.
No edge control and gelling here because styling is supposed to just be for the day. You're not supposed to be stiffening and hardening stuff. I'm gonna do my magic real quick because it's needed. So beeswax is my edge control. Heck yeah, because it's tacky.
There's just other stuff that's not like bees. It's kind of like beeswax, but it's not really beeswax. You know.
Here's what I like about beeswax. it's super thick to control these hairs up front, okay? But there's no well, there is an alcohol in it, but it's not all three of them, like in the edge controls. So I'm about to show you. Simply beeswax. So my thing is, we still want to mold, right?
Yeah.
And we still want to control. But why would we want to use? Why would we want to use alcohol to do so? So I just totally controlled your front hairs without the use. Close up on that. Without the use of any gel. So that tonight, when you go to wrap your hair, you can wrap your edges as well.
I'm gonna sweat it out probably.
Not if you wrap it, you won't, as long as you control it. And most of the time, we do know when we're going to sweat. Everybody sweats at night. This is why it's important to control your hairs and wrap them tightly.
I forgot how to wrap my hair.
Alrighty. Thanks for watching, you guys. She is...
Bye!
I give you the phone.
I'm done.
MYWater experience.
Ooh.
Oh, don't... You done got the bobblehead. You done got it.
I always do every time I get my hair done. Slay.
Ooh.
The bobblehead.
Bye, you guys.